If there was a central unified theme to be culled from the Tri-State boys basketball season this winter, it might have been the region's absolute goldmine in guard play. Dahl, Wenzine, Many, Strange, Elby, Durst, Doyle, Buchanan, just to name a few. But interestingly enough, every last one of them were seniors, creating not a vacuum, but perhaps better said, an opportunity for next season. Which begs the inevitable question, who's next? Well, based on what can only be termed a breakout sophomore season, Bowling Green's Tyess Chatman positioned himself right into the thick of the conversation as the area's next great guard, which is telling considering the balanced nature of Kerry Bibb's team this season. 4 Bobcats averaged 8 or more points per game, Chatman third among them in scoring right at 12 points per contest. And if you think about it, that's a fairly considerable role for a 10th grader to carve out for himself on a veteran team right out of the gate. But it speaks volumes to Chatman's talent and fit that he was able to command such an important role in this offense this quickly. And the Bobcats' faith in him was quickly repaid. He converted on 53% of his shots this season and made better than 60% of his 2-point attempts. He also quickly became Bowling Green's secondary perimeter option, alleviating some of the pressure on Corey Buchanan by ripping home 26 triples this winter. Put simply, Tyess was that stretch kid who could beat you from the perimeter or break you down off the dribble. And it's that variability that could see him receive a considerable scoring spike moving forward given the Bobcats' graduation losses this season. More germane to our purposes, however, were the shades of Fort Madison All-Stater Miles Wenzine we saw in Chatman's all-around game. The metrics that suggest Tyess can really stuff a stat sheet even when he isn't scoring. To wit, Chatman led his team in rebounds at better than 6 per game, which is a big number for a guard, and a better indicator of his work rate when you consider that the Bobcats had 2 6'4" kids up front and an energy player there in Adam Holt as well. Chatman also topped his team in offensive rebounds and steals, finished second in assists, and blocked 12 shots. Clearly, the athleticism and energy are there to suggest a huge future. It will certainly take work to get there, obviously, especially in taking better care of the basketball. But all the indicators are out there that Tyess Chatman, your 2015 KHQA Boys Breakout Player of the Year, can author an incredibly bright future for himself and his team over the next 2 seasons.